Hello, all of you cute beans out there, and welcome to the stream. I am Razim, and this is Piercing the Veil Scar, Season 1, Episode 23, Sharlissia Soars. This is one of our tabletop RPG campaigns being run with our custom Scar system, or Stories and Creatures in Alternate Realities. This system is available for open playtest on our Discord as well as itch.io. Go take a look at it, let us know what you think. For now, this one is set up in the Star Wars universe. And yeah, let's go ahead and start with that recap. As we do every time with this campaign.
Piercing the Veil, Episode 23. Sharlissia Soars. The crew of the Omen Runner cut a deal with the stormtrooper captain after some tense negotiations, resulting in him being let go in exchange for providing a solution to unstick the bomb from Regis. However, on his way out, the crew never got to track him down later, as he was instead killed on the spot by the rival ISB agent as he was escaping. Citing the failure to secure the temple and retreating as failures of the captain, the ISB agent Garou proceeded to cut a deal with the crew. He agreed that he never saw the crew of the Omen Runner here, and in fact all of these dead stormtroopers were from a planned rebellion on the part of the captain, and offered the crew the chance to go to the 5th temple while he was busy here at the 4th. However, the crew discovered that there was a set of coordinates left in their ship's logs, and following them led to an old battlefield with a curious message left behind. Garou has offered to let them keep whatever they get out of these temples at the end of things, if they can find a way to disarm or remove the bomb inside of his head. But the question remains, will there be a betrayal if this accord is struck?
So, I'm gonna be honest, when that started playing, for some reason my brain went, Tal, why are you talking over it? It's about to play. I might not be great today. Oh, hi, Ninja.
Hey, Ninja.
Hello.
Just missed the recap, but hey, just in time for introductory stuff for in a second.
Yeah.
By the way, fun fact about that particular intro, I finally wrote one that was too long for the song at normal speed, so I had to increase the scroll speed for the opening crawl.
Huh?
to make it fit the music.
So what you're saying is you made a proper Star Wars intro?
I know, right? Where the person sounds like they're actively fighting to try and get everything out.
So yeah, off to intros. Go ahead, Tal.
Yep, hello, I'm Pilders, and I'll be the storyteller for Piercing the Veil Scar tonight. I'll be playing allies, I'll be playing enemies, I'll be playing everything in between, but the only thing I won't be playing are wonderful player characters. And starting off player introductions with Amy.
Hello everyone, I am FoxFiend, I am playing Amy, the Wind Astral Amaran captain of the group, and passing on to Barnaby.
Hello, I'm Barnaby. I am the Nature Shadow Ewok Doctor. I will be keeping everyone alive come hell or high water with some unconventional practices, but I don't know. Maybe I'll learn traditional medicine and then I'll be unstoppable. Over to Purvis.
That truly is terrifying. Hello, everybody. I am Razim, and I am playing as Furvis, the astral mythic type Lothwolf. And he is accompanied by the main character of the party, R4F3, or ARF, the astromech. He is a electric metal type. Off to Krill.
Arf. Hello, I am Merl, and I am playing Krill, the basic type Salonian worrywart of the party. Off to Regis.
Hey, I am Garou, and I play Regis, the psionic shadow. Well, at this point, everyone already knows I'm a Claudite. And I'm going to make sure that we get the science done right. And we make a neat gun. On to Ron.
Oh, this is William Canku Swiftfoot. I play Ron Laharu, both in basic spaceship mechanic. And that's the crew. Back to you, Tao.
All right. So, starting off, any fan art to show?
Yes. There was a birthday present for Garou from Irvas. Also, Kenku, just get back in the share chat. I don't mind spam.
Alright.
Well, what kind of spam are we talking, I guess?
I'm trying to side game Marvel, so it's probably a chance of exclamation play going off. Slight chance.
That's fine, go for it. I'd rather you
Okay.
get the, cross, look
Alright.
from people.
I think you have to restart it. Sorry.
Oh. Well, give me a moment to bring up this fan art first. Also,
problem.
everybody, don't forget that Kenku is also streaming, so go check him out. Do it. This is a threat.
Do it, meow.
A miss. Not enough ale.
Well, there's the fan art. Thanks so much for coming by, everybody.
Oh, it's covering the reroll's covering the art.
Oh, that's so dumb.
Bye.
I saw an opportunity. I had to take it. There it is.
Awesome. Wait. Oh.
Fan art was great. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Fan art was great. Goodbye. God, that meme is going to live forever on the channel, and I'm okay with it. I need that voice line. I need it. For those that don't remember, there was a game I played, a tavern simulator one, where, like, every, 2 minutes, one of the patrons was just going, "Food was great, goodbye! Food was great, goodbye! Food was great, goodbye!"
Oh, that sounds like it would get annoying.
I actually found it hilarious.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, it did become a meme.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But they did remove it
I-
after an update, and it's like, God damn it, I want that back.
It was just called Food Was Okay, actually.
But anyways, that is all that I've got for fan art.
All right. So, as was mentioned, you guys had just uncovered some weird information as well as a bit of an offer to work together with what is supposed to be your rival. At least when it comes to the whole collecting this or that from the temples. And you guys kind of have an open opportunity for exactly what you want to do next.
Sleep?
Science.
As I'm looking at my 8 exhaustion.
Are we at that time of day at this point?
Nothing a ritual can't fix. And looks at him. Well,
Hey, I still have
maybe.
floating things around my eyes.
Has Barnaby uncovered the ritual of Fwam?
Barnaby hasn't. Barnaby says you are not tired when you are dead. You are not.
You are not tired when you are dead. I mean, technically true.
I mean, technically true.
However, at the same time, if you're dead, you are eternally resting. So, like, not really achieving
True.
much at that point.
True. This would technically count as dismissal from Amy's service. I must talk to the captain before I commence with the death ritual.
Oh, God.
Good old death.
Hey. Buffer Barnaby.
Hello, Captain. I would like to cure your exhaustion by killing you. Will I still be in your service afterwards?
No, Barnaby, I don't think you would count as being in my service after that. That may even be counted as treason.
Damn.
Oh, mutiny.
Just a little bit
You're-
of light
What?
treason.
Oh, okay.
But
Barnaby,
Amy's
we're
not a
not
country.
doing This seems
It's called
problematic.
mutiny.
What an interesting term.
I mean, mutiny would be if they intended to take over the ship, right?
Well, I mean, no more captain. Somebody's gonna have to.
Well, Ron's second in command, so. Anyways, do we have the time for rest?
You do.
Sweet. Cool. Hey, Krill, could we get some meals and with our rest?
Hold on. As soon as my my sheet loads.
We didn't rest just recently.
To be fair, you guys are currently in travel time, so if you guys just want to spend some time doing like downtime level activities, that is a-okay.
All right.
Yeah,
Considering
we
Back
just
up and pull that up because I don't think I spent the little bit of that I had. But that'll be later.
What is our current?
I have, as of January the 15th, 12 attributes, 107 and 597. Which is the current
Yep.
number I have.
Yeah. Looks right to me.
I never gave you XP for the troopers, so I'm gonna do that right now, actually.
Okay.
Oh, hey. Cool.
Yeah, something that I've told. So, for those that don't know, we've got Hex working on an interactive character sheet, like an actual website thing.
Ooh.
And one thing that I told him is that for storytellers, when they log in again, or open the site again, we should have a reminder for them of, did you remember to give your players XP and merits?
Right. Also good, because I will say Google Drive is a little resource heavy at times, so something cleaner would be nice.
Yep. We have plans for it. There's going to be a bunch of stuff in regards to that. And there is also going to be a rather large survey that's going to be sent out to people because we are currently revising for the new edition of the character sheet in order to account for things like magic, the might system that's going to be put out, and general revision. So we're going to be asking that people do the survey when it's been fully approved and sent out.
55
It will be slightly lengthy, but most of it's just going to be the 1 through 5 bubble question selection. It's mostly the same questions over and over about different boxes.
$25.31. Another research grant for exotic sciences. Egg marks.
Thank you for that tip, Garou. That is the first 2 tiers of the tip goal completed.
Very nice. But yep, it's going to be mostly the same 3 questions over and over, and then open feedback sections, yada yada yada. So it'll take a little bit, but it looks a lot more intimidating than it is. But yeah, I went ahead and noted down the XP you got for each of the grunts that you either killed yourselves or got killed.
So our total should be 652 now?
Yeah.
Sounds about right, yeah.
Yep, that's right. That mathed out. Should have.
So what is that number?
652 it should be.
Yeah, 652.
652. Got it.
I will have to, at some point here in the intervening time, figure out where I'm spending it.
Yep. As you guys are in basically like free downtime sections right now, you guys can kind of just spend XP whenever you think of something to spend it on currently.
Huzzah.
The only time I'll be more
Thank
strict
you.
about it is... Okay.
Thank you for that tip. Thank you for the support.
You're welcome.
Go ahead, Tao, sorry.
I was going to say, the only time we're that'll stop being the case is if we get into, like, actual adventuring things. But since you guys are basically in free travel decision-making time, you know, I'm not going to say, well, it's not technically nighttime, so you can't spend XP. Just spend it when you think of something.
Just check. I don't think I'm gonna spend it right now, but just checking. So at this point, with the magic system up, abilities are available if they're sort of like if Ron built something that something that would make it function.
Yeah, and
Okay.
if you attach it to equipment, then tell me what the equipment, like the
Okay.
sort of what it is, so that way, because if you attach it to equipment, I'll give you like small little discounts because the equipment can just get taken away and you lose access.
True. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that would make perfect sense for Ron also.
Yeah,
so.
it won't be a big discount, but it might be like, you know, a 5 XP discount or something.
Okay. Yeah, I have at least one idea as an alternate quick action, so I'll keep that in mind for later.
Truly, this is the dankest dungeon.
FoxFiendRG tipped $5.27. Imbalance restored.
Yep.
Well,
that's the
Thank
527.
you, Fox Fiend.
There's the 527.
As I said, for now.
I mean, gotta encourage them somehow.
But yeah, as you guys are currently in downtime, you can talk about, you know, next steps, what you've learned, you know, single out some activities that you might want to be doing. Now would be a really good time for that.
All right.
Well,
Are we able to be considered as getting enough rest to clear exhaustion, or?
That's gonna be depending on what you decide to do next.
Krill, I have a most excellent idea.
What is it, Barnaby? Wait, you asked Krill. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yes.
I think that this time, on the night times, or maybe even not, what if I try to do the ritual in reverse?
Explain.
What if I invite you into my mind space for ambiguous purposes?
She's going to look at you with confusion.
I don't know what you'll gain from this. I suppose you'll have to be deciding that one.
Well, it's worth a shot, I guess. What's the worst that can happen? except
Oh,
me
no.
dying. On second thought, I don't want to die.
Don't. I'm sorry. This is out of character. Don't ever say what's the worst that can happen.
Why
I
don't you do
know.
some science with me and we can find out?
Let's not.
Uh,
Quietly renames title to FAFO.
Okay, so all right, Barnaby, lay this out for me step by step, would you? In
Okay.
as lay terms as you can.
Oh, okay. So, when I enter your mind space for memory searchings and learning opportunities, I think that this is a very novel and interesting experience. But
Okay.
then I think, maybe this is unfair. Why am I the only one who is learning? I should share this with my new partner.
Oh, so you're like saying that instead of you gaining knowledge through sifting through my head, you allow me through your ritual to sift knowledge from your head? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
I don't know. It sounds like this could go sideways. Maybe we should master the first ritual before we start trying to amend it.
True. Usually one has to be of a very relaxed mind to do it. Not sure I could be relaxed and actively doing the ritual for you. Unless we both did the ritual and both vacated our minds to enter the others temporarily. That could be fun.
Okay, so now I guess we're renaming the title to Freaky Friday?
Barnaby's just building precedent for later Chekhov's gun.
Barnaby's secret way to get into the lab working with Regis.
I completely screwed that up. Let's just stick with what we know for now. How about that?
Acceptable. Arf, do you want to do a ritual?
Arf is just gonna slowly turn his head to look and beep twice at you. It sounds like a very flat beep.
Oh. I'll get you to say yes one day.
For anyone that can speak binary, Arf literally just replied, "Worst case, it works."
Worst case.
Arf is not interested in seeing whatever goes on in Barnaby's mind. And even less in Barnaby somehow actually looking into his code.
Yeah, he does have a lot of secrets.
That would have some weird implications.
Hey, at least Barnaby responded appropriately.
That is also why his response was quite literally worst case it works.
I'll get you to say yes one of these days.
So, Amy, do you still have floating bits of glass in your vision?
That's not glass.
Excellent question. Would that have faded by now?
This is like directly after the canonically. The reason why I say that you're in free downtime currently, you are able to decide what your next moves are. So, for instance, if you decide that your next moves are to book it to the Fifth Temple, as fast as you can, then that will determine the length of your downtime available. But currently, this is right after everything happened, so yes.
I am disappointed by our lack of progress.
Well, Regis is gonna go do science.
I'm. Where is the next temple, by the way? About how far away is it?
Yep. Also, Varia has asked for a hint to be used, so I'm just gonna lay out your pretty standard options currently, which is 1, book it to the Fifth Temple, which is not that far away, actually. It's pretty much just on the other side of the town that you're currently at, and would take maybe like a day to get to. So you'd have about a day's worth of downtime if you were going straight there. The benefits of it is that you would, have a much... If you believe the ISB agent, he had just finished clearing that out, so the amount of auxiliary dangers there would be quite the bit lower. See, things like wild animals would be very unlikely to be in the area currently, even dangerous ones. Then there is going back to town to re-gear, maybe do some jobs for people in order to try and get access to better gear licenses, so that way you can do things, try and make additional friends with the pikes that you sort of cut a deal with to kind of backstab Daku Nor a little bit. You could work on that in order to try and get access to some more black market items and restricted items to help you. That is another very good option for you. Or you could consult an open job market and try and find a different set of things to go and do. Obviously, any choice that you make, you can also amend it to also include give enough downtime for everyone to recover.
Right.
Captain Amy, I have requests.
What's up, Barnaby?
1, a booster seat. 2, training to fly this thing so someone can do it if something happens to you.
I can fly this thing. Don't worry about that.
Oh, okay. Second request rescinded.
But not the first. You still want a booster seat.
I can stand
Grab
on
the
it and
rocket
be
booster.
taller. I can stand on it.
I think that's something we can we can work on.
We can arrange
Hey,
that.
does anyone know where the phone books are and a roll of duct tape is?
Improvisation.
Phone
Yes, I understand. The galactic phone book is heavier than Barnaby is.
Bigger
The
than you, too.
Holonet directory.
You just put it on the floor next to the chair, and it's taller than the chair.
You just sit on that.
He just starts climbing it. He needs a tool. There are no grabbable surfaces.
Krill just picks up Barnaby and puts him on top.
He's
Height.
stranded up there.
Would we
No,
have
I will
a-
simply
don't-
willingly accept collision damage as I come down.
I'm sure
Would
we
we
could
have
get
a
a
phone
pot
book?
out of the galley that we don't use for Barnaby to sit on until we find a suitable replacement. Just as a temporary measure, at least.
So what's everyone's vote right now for what we should do next?
Well, in the timeline, real quick, is this before or after Furvis gets back?
This would be after.
Okay, so he
We're not
shared
gonna
all
leave it
the everything that he learned. Okay.
Yeah, so this is just after the events of last session, effectively.
Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, Purvis's vote is next temple.
Example.
Yeah, if, and this is a hard if, that ISB agent is on the level, maybe clearing the next temple is the more prudent option before more critters and get in there.
I agree. At this juncture, playing along seems like our best move. He's doing things that seem to be benefiting us, and if he can't be trusted, it's unlikely that he's going to turn on us there. He could have blown this entire ship sky high with explosives, and he didn't.
Also, another thing to consider is he might be on the level, but he's obviously somebody's got to be watching him. So even if he doesn't necessarily betray us, it doesn't mean that that some Imperial response is not going to, or is probably going to happen.
You saw what happened when you were there.
No, I mean, not
If someone was
your
watching,
run-of-the-mill stormtroopers, but more ISB.
yeah,
So it's sounding like we already have half the at least half the crew voting for next temple.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be worth to look. It'd be worth to look and see what there's out there for, especially if we have to lay low on this at some point. But heading to the next temple is probably for the best, and it also continues the task at hand.
All right. Well then, let's go ahead and head towards the next temple. However, I will request that we give enough downtime for everyone to rest up properly and get rid of their exhaustion.
Oh yes, absolutely.
or do lots
That-
of stuff in the lab.
Last temple did a number
I
on a
know.
lot of us.
On a note, Regis,
Yeah.
can I borrow your shield generator for a second?
Regis would ask what you want with his shield generator. It's integrated into his gun.
More so, I am looking into small items that may improve my own ability to combat ability, and I was looking to possibly make a generator that is possibly based on yours a little bit.
Ah. Well, I would happily work with a project with you using my technologies. These are hardly proprietary. It's just a shield generator attached to an emitter that I fire from the weapon. But yes, we can take this to the lab.
Sure.
Krill will offer to whip up some dinner for the crew to help aid in the recovery.
Thank you, Krill.
All right, as a bit of a reminder, you get the benefits from every single rest you could have taken at the end of every day, even if you didn't take it. Which means that, barring any feats or good meals, your natural exhaustion recovery is 4 per day. Which means I'm pretty sure that the highest amount of exhaustion is currently an 8, so it would be 1 extra day of recovery currently.
Minsk, and
Alright.
Boo. You forgot Boo!
Anyone have more than 8?
I do not.
Yeah, I don't think anyone has more than 8.
I only have 3.
Okay. I'm
zeroed mine
clean
out.
after, so cool.
Cool. So basically, you'll take 1 extra day of rest.
Okay.
Sweet.
In
Groovy.
fact, I can exert myself on science and rest the next day.
You can. This lets
Um,
everyone know how long they have.
So, on that note, this is XP plans in the end, but can I make a tech roll just to see how well that research goes, and also the other
yeah,
research
sure.
plant? All right.
Oh, so I'm assisting you with that research, I presume.
Yeah, and Ron also can share a little bit on his. Basically, the thought in my head would be a DVC-esque targeting headset or headpiece. So he'll show on that as well as he works it. Innovative mind. So that is
Also, those do exist in Star Wars anyway. So
they do say this in Star. I figured they'd. Yeah, of course they do. What am I thinking?
they also exist for ship guns.
Oh yeah, that's pretty much. I mean, that's basically what was in the turret on the gold leader, the ships and the gold ships and the turret run as I recall.
I'm just pointing out that, it exists for
Yeah.
personal and ship guns.
Use the Force, Ron.
Okay. So if I'm
What
assisting with
force?
them-
I don't have any.
I have
Barnaby's
academics
slowly
research
appears outside of a vent.
specialty.
So I will let you assist with academics for this if you want that to be your skill assistance.
Cool.
Yeah.
How many dots?
Okay, so because I have a couple of things, I have reliable skill academics, and I have researcher as a specialty. And as far as academics go, I have 3.
All right, so that means you'll provide 3 dice and 1 success.
Okay, cool.
Because reliable converts a dice into a success.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. So 4. Not too bad.
Yep. You are not particularly familiar with this exact branch of equipment and electronics and stuff.
Can I use one of my they call it it's the thing that makes the 9s explode.
That'd be vigor.
Vigor. Yeah, I'll vigor
right.
boost this because I'm doing research with you, and this is my
Okay.
thing. We're gonna do it right.
Cool. Cool. All right. So that's 2, D10, E9, 9 plus 2. If I did that
Plus
right?
2. Yep, there's 2 9s.
It's my tech. I can help you with this.
Okay, so that becomes 7.
That it does.
Are you gonna lock in that roll, or do we want to do anything else?
I will lock in that as my innovative tech.
All right. In that case, there's a little bit of adaptation and effective jury rigging that you're gonna have to do in order to get this to work, especially when it comes to putting enough together that you could have one too without scrapping this one.
Yeah.
But you do at least figure out the sorts of things that you're going to need for it, and you do manage to put one together. It's not your best work, but if you want to do it again in the future, then, you know, you have a proof of concept right here.
Yep.
You've got your prototype 1.
Yeah.
Yay.
It's effectively a prototype grade. It will work technically. This is not the best.
Yeah. Okay.
You have to get some field data on this, and then we'll bring it back to the shop.
Well, outside that Ron will probably just rest. There's no need to do any repair. As far as I know, there's no need to do any armor repair. So he'll just rest and do precautionary do preventative thing, do safety checks to make sure the ship's in ship shape.
Alrighty. Which you guys kind of already did a ship comb over before, but this is probably just more of like a downtime. I have nothing better to do.
Yeah.
Because you didn't do one after you found out that, hey, wait, was this guy on our ship? Let's check literally everything.
It's like,
so I'm not going to make you roll, because you already technically rolled for this yesterday.
No, Rob, this is just, I wouldn't think I would need to roll on it anyway. This is more going, this is my baby. I'm making sure it's in the best of health.
Understandable.
Well, Krill, do you want to help me in the lab?
Sure. What are we working on?
Well, I have that sample I collected from the other temple, and I was going to try and perform some research on it, analyze its capabilities, and see what we can make use of with it. And you seemed interested in helping me out, so
let's do it.
And with that, Regis will return to his lab and pull out the sample that he's had. And see if he can analyze and research this sample.
Krill will be standing there awkwardly.
Oh.
Oh, right. What sorts of things are you trying to figure out?
Well, we knew that it was this adaptive alchemy beast serum, so he was interested in wondering what the properties could be used for. Could it be used for potentially creating an alchemy beast? Could it be used for potentially augmenting himself, which it had been mentioned could be used if he ever got to the point that he lost his focus of shapeshifting. But originally he was interested in augmenting his shapeshifting abilities, so he was going to analyze this sample to see the potential that it has for these various applications.
All right. So it's less about figuring out the exact thing and more about what are the applications.
Mm-hmm.
All right. In that case, I'm going to need a pair of rolls. One of which is going to be academics in order to, try and find things out about it in general and learn what you can do with it.
Mm-hmm.
The other is going to be a science roll.
All right. So, mind, logic, academics.
And you can take 2 academics from Krill, since she is assisting.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's going to be 2 from you, so that's 11.
Correct.
And then I also get the +1 because of the reliable, because it's the specialty which gets canceled out by the reliable academics, if I understand.
Yes, you would get a +1 in that case.
All right, let's see what happens with our science. Okay. Less than ideal rolls, but I've prepared for this. At this point, I'm not sure if I should use... Okay, so the next roll is actually gonna be the harder one. So I'm actually gonna use a body die for first and see if that improves things.
All right. Go ahead. Well, it certainly made it more interesting.
Yeah. Okay. At this point, it seems viable to potentially use another vigor to accelerate this so we can fully understand this. Would you like to contribute to the experiment in any way, Krill, or should I just vigor?
Just vigor. For now.
Okay.
We'll see what happens with the science roll.
So that's going to be 3 die
Plus
3. Yep. Here we go. So that puts us at 9.
That it would.
Yep.
Do you want to contribute any bodies? Because we do have regular dice, or should we save it for the
Oh
next?
yeah. Yeah, I think nine's decent. Or nine's pretty good, so I think I'll save some boost die for the science roll.
Okay, sounds good. So I have used 1 boost die, and I've used my other vigor. Okay, perfect. So let's lock in the mind, logic, academics. All right, so now we got to do the second roll, which is...
That'll actually be a 10, by the way.
Yeah,
Oh.
I was looking at that. I was like, wait a minute. 6 plus
the
4
plus-
is 10.
Ah, yeah, that helps.
5 plus 1 plus 4.
10, thank you very much. All right, so we have a 10, which is even better than a 9. I think that's a nice round number, and I feel much more confident about that result. And with that, we're going to do the science now, because the science must get done, which is going to be mind, logic, and science, which is also 3. So that's...
Unfortunately, I have no science, but I do have 1 teamwork.
Okay, so that's 5 plus 10. So that's 10 dice then. 4 plus 2 plus 3. Yeah. 10 dice. Okay. Well, let's see what we can get done.
Whew. 6 is decent. I do see 2 9s. And go ahead and take a body die from Krill.
Okay.
Okay, so we're still at 6.
If you wanted, you could vigor to make the 6s count, or you could vigor to make the 2 9s if you wanted.
Let's see, because there's 3 6s. Let's just make the 6s count. Take a vigor. Make the
Okay, so
6s count.
that makes this the 3 6s count, which means we have. I'm going to use one more body. 3d. Let me roll those 3d10. And so that's
Hold on.
You don't. I
Oh.
don't think you have enough dice.
You would
to
have one
body.
dice to body with.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because
so then,
the
yep,
6s got
cool.
converted into
So-
successes.
So
Yeah.
it's 9. So then
Yeah.
9. Okay, no need to body then. Thank you.
Oh, and your difficulty just decreased. So
I'll let you take back the vigor if you want. Because there's no
you could make
5s.
the 9s explode instead if you wanted to do that.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, so the 6s count and the 9s explode, which would mean that we're dealing with 9 so far. And we're going to roll the 2 9s.
Wait, it's 11 because you get another 2 from the 9s.
Yep, so I put a +2 on it. So it's 9 plus whatever this dice roll
Yeah.
is.
Yep.
Just trying to keep things so I didn't
Yeah,
have to do
that-
as much math.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, 12.
12 is good. We love 12. We take
Okay,
those.
so we're going to lock in mind, logic, science.
All right. So with a combination of these, pretty good rolls, you are going to get a lot of information, some of it seemingly conflicting. First off, this is simultaneously extremely viable for what you want. However, making it controllable is going to be an entirely different scale of things. Is probably the best way to put it. As you introduce different tests into it in order to try and elicit reactions out of it, you find that the sample, despite being from a kind of already it's not exactly in the freshest state, let's put it that way, is entirely capable of automatically adapting in small ways to the sort of tests that you put it through, resulting in an extremely malleable sample, where putting it through certain stimuli results in it at least attempting to adapt to it. Whether or not it's successful is a different story. It isn't always the best at it. However, this does show that it is from whatever its genetic makeup is entirely capable of restructuring itself in frankly fascinating ways. However, there is definitely some sort of bridge that is supposed to be there that you are just not seeing and not getting. So it is simultaneously extremely viable, however, you don't know what it is in order to make it actually work. As best as you're able to tell, there is some sort of energy or direction that is supposed to be given to these samples. But no matter how esoteric of, type of energy that you have on hand that you try and supply it with in order to try and control its reactions, you are not able to get it to work the way that you want. So this currently goes down as extremely promising sample. However, whatever control or stimulus you're supposed to give it in order to make it work the way you want is not currently available to you with what you are doing right now.
That makes sense. And I think Regis would suspect that the unknown element might be something that Barnaby and Fervis would understand better, or even Sen, being that
Krill would also make that suggestion. It's like we did find it in a Sith temple. Maybe the Force is needed to get this to do what you want.
This is less than ideal. If it responds innately to force powers, then using it in any sense would potentially make... If I were to use it to augment myself, it would make me incredibly susceptible to force powers in a bad way. And if I were to create any sort of construct with it, or create some sort of living anything, then it would be swayed by the force incredibly easily.
Yes.
And I'm not sure what we can do to overcome that barrier as of yet. Thank you for your help in the lab. You were actually surprisingly clever when it came to the academics.
I do know a thing or two. I've learned a lot from cantina hopping after being exiled.
Well, I might have to ask Barnaby if he'd like to help me analyze this further. Maybe he could help me figure out a way to use the sample in such a way that wouldn't leave it beholden to these elements. Perhaps it's like a curing process where it simply needs the force for a certain element, and then once that process is completed, it no longer needs the force and it could be deafened to it. I am not entirely
Maybe.
sure, but
Anything's
he seems the
possible.
most experimental. You don't think Furvis would want to be involved, do you?
If he was, it would be to use the force with it. Like, I don't think your goals would necessarily jive with his in this matter.
Indeed.
But it never hurts to ask if Barnaby turns out to be a dead end.
I don't think Barnaby is a dead end. He's a wonderful, chaotic element, and
No,
sometimes...
not in that way. I'm talking about if it doesn't bear fruit, you know?
I will point
See,
out
but-
Barnaby was considering helping, helping Amy out with their exhaustion by killing them.
Yes, a wonderful,
So,
chaotic element.
very dead end.
Yeah.
We will notice whether or not this is a viable option by introducing the Barnaby element. However,
I was like, maybe he has a ritual up his sleeve.
Well, at least he's very forthcoming with his intentions. He doesn't really surprise you before he does it.
my point is that we will thoroughly bombard it with force radiation or whatever element it is by introducing the Barnaby element. But if that does not produce results, I don't think that Furvis would produce results. But Furvis is
Yeah.
definitely a lot more controlled and focused.
At the end of the day, this is your test. So whatever you want to try, I'm on board.
Okay. Well,
As long as it's not sentient
What?
trials.
sentient trials?
Trying or just, putting it on yourself for me
Oh, I wouldn't put it on you. Don't worry.
without
have one
knowing what it
sample.
does.
Exactly. But yes, I think I'll have to ask Barnaby and potentially see what Furvis thinks if he's there, but I appreciate your help, Krill. You were surprisingly open to my research. I was expecting a lot more.
I'm trying to be more open-minded. And really, when it comes to anything Imperial, that's going to be really, really hard. But with other things, I'm trying to come at it with a more open mind.
Well, we'll make it through this. The ISB will certainly be an interesting chapter in our adventures, but that's why we have science like this. Wildcards, undeveloped elements, things that nobody has anticipated before. There may be
Hopefully,
solutions.
It will be enough.
who knows? Maybe with technology like this and the right force powers, maybe even a solution could be developed. The material is quite adaptive and integrates with biology quite well. Though, that would be quite the use for it. Anyhow, I think they're probably waiting for you to cook another meal.
Yes.
And with that, Regis will finish with his lab for the day, close everything up, and retire back to the mess for everyone to have the next day, so he can talk about his research with others.
Also, if Barnaby wants to do more practice with his little ritual, Krill would be down for that as well.
Yes.
Barnaby is always down for any and all experimentations. However, he's going to be in the workshop soon because he needs a new focus. And he's not really sure how to go about making it because this time is something that is he might have to ask for help with because he can't. To get what he wants, he's going to need to figure out how to work a fabricator, maybe.
Alternatively, we could just make a quick little hop over to Dathomir, you know?
What a wonderful idea. Should go there.
I don't know. That sounds kind of.
I'm sorry, where's
I'm
Dathomir?
not familiar with this place.
I think if I'm remembering where we are, I think Dathomir's on the other side of the galaxy from us.
Like a little bit over halfway.
Well, the location of it isn't the big issue. The big issue is that is where the Darth Maul, his species is from there. But more importantly, that is where the Night Sisters were, witches.
That's right.
Yeah. Who literally use actual magic.
Yes.
Yes.
Like, not just force magic. They do that too, but they do actual, just straight up magic.
That's right.
Which is hilarious. Because just as a reminder, the Force is not the only so-called greater power in the Star Wars universe, canonically.
Oh yeah, there's tons of well, not tons, but there's quite a few alternative schools.
Also, Dathomir is where Rancors originate from.
Yes.
And that is what most people know it by.
The Rancor planet.
Rancor. Oh.
The Rancor planet. Okay.
Thanks.
The Dathomiri witches actually tamed Rancors and used them as mounts.
I thought those were like from Tatooine.
No.
That was an import. Yes.
Yes.
As is much on Tatooine.
By the way, a quick note for everybody. We're going to be starting a Star Wars marathon. We're watching the first one tonight, then tomorrow we're watching the next one after stream. So if anybody wants to hang out for those, that's the thing.
Out of curiosity, in story order or in production order?
Story order.
Okay.
Best way to do it.
It's kind of just better in story order anyway.
Okay.
So the prequels first.
Yes, that's what it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be Friday and Saturday after stream until we're done with them. which will probably mean that we wind up being done before, May, but I like to watch them near to May 4th.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm on vacation in 2 weeks, so I'll be able to join you for. Let's see, for
Actually, brings
5 and 6.
something.
Arguably my favorite, so that's perfect for me.
Yes. Mine too. What is sleep, Mala?
It's where Barnaby goes into your brain. Good luck with that.
Anyways, anyone else want to get up to something or other in your downtime before we continue on with the fifth temple?
I was waiting for Barnaby to do the thing with Krill at night so that it would advance to the second day so I could ask the two about the science.
Well, because there's also other people on the ship.
I was
And
kind of
there's
giving it
also-
a moment, but Furvis wants to send Arf shopping.
How?
Well, you guys will be passing over the city if you want to make a stop. Or right next to the city.
Do we make a stop?
Do you think we,
I mean, why not?
take the extra time? Yeah.
I mean,
so.
you guys are taking extra time on the travel to rest anyway.
True.
Sure, might as well. Why not?
All right. Are you sending Arf to shop conventionally, or are you going to try and get in contact with the Pikes to get access to some potentially less than legal options?
You don't think they'll mind we're leaving the engine running all the time, will they?
I mean, it's your fuel to burn.
Well, we have to
I
leave it
just
running
remembered.
anyways because
For the Colto.
Yeah, I was reminding Amy about that, which...
Yeah, no, I'm well aware. I'm aware. It's on my mind. Stare at that phone comlink or whatever. And, I need to make that call.
No time like the present.
But then I have to deal with my family and like half of them I'm cool with. Half of them I'm kind of
Better than mine.
Come on.
I
The
intend
faster
to
we offload this Colto, the sooner our fuel
the better,
prices won't be so high.
All right, yeah. And I'll retreat to my room and call home.
Good luck.
With great reluctance.
With great reluctance, hoping I'm able to get in contact with my father and hope to bypass having to talk with my mother, but we'll
Chance
see.
die? Sounds like a chance die.
I mean, in all likelihood, someone working for the family would be the first to answer. But
Well, considering that you're family, you would know how to contact them beyond just calling a business address.
yeah, True.
Unless he chooses to just call the business address instead and hope
Yeah, you
that he
can
doesn't have to
have
deal with
Amy
them.
choose to cause the business address
It's like,
call for
listen,
more time.
call the business address and be like, listen, direct this to my father, not my mother.
Totally not stalling for time.
Totally not solid for time. No. She would. Amy would try to call her father.
All right. Doopy-doopy-doo.
Making a roll.
Yeah, as I make a roll.
Ooh.
All right. It takes a good couple of rings before the phone does pick up, and it is in fact your father on the other end. It seems you got a little bit lucky with that,
Okay.
as he was nearby to a phone and was not currently already on it, or maybe he hung up
Right.
something to take your call. You don't call very often. You're not sure.
I don't call very often. But yeah. Hi, Daddy.
Ah, hi, Amanita. How's it going? Making any good deals?
Life's definitely been interesting. There has been a few profitable deals where I am. How are things going with you and the family and everything?
Trade is on the up. Your mother is still complaining about your choice of profession, and I still make a lot of excuses.
She would.
Which is why I ask if there's
thank
any
you.
profitable ventures that you've gotten into, because so long as you're making money, I can tell her that you're expanding the family business, and she calms down.
Yes, I am making money. And actually, on the subject of making money, I actually have a potential profitable venture here, proposal. So, in my recent adventures, I managed to come across a few. Wait, is this line secure?
Yes, this is my personal line. It is secure.
Just making sure. All right. I recently came across a few storage units of Kolto. However, I lack the means and time to move it to. I'm sorry, out of character. What was the location again?
Manan.
Manon. Yeah.
Manon.
Manabana.
Manon.
Manamana.
I lack the time and means to move it to Manam for selling, and I was wondering if perhaps you might want to come pick it up for me, and we could split some profit off of it. You or one of your ships.
All right. When you're saying that something needs to go to Manon, are you talking about a ship, multiple ships? How much would I need to send over?
A single ship should do. It's only like 4 Kolto, 4 storage units of Kolto that I managed to find. Currently, I've
So
got
we're
it.
fleecing them. Got it.
Yes, absolutely. But my understanding is that they pay well for any old world Kolto.
As far as we're all aware, yes, they will pay egregious amounts of money for it.
Then
I'm pretty sure you could
Absolutely.
ask them for hut currency in exchange for it, and they'd still scrounge it up for you.
Fair enough. But yeah, thinking what a 60-40 split on the profits.
Normally, I'd be a bit more of a hawk on this, but, well,
Yeah, I
you know,
would.
it gives me an excuse to go ahead and send some people, check up on you, maybe get you some things, so that's worth a lot more. I'll go ahead and send over a ship. Let me see who's even nearby. You're on, you still on that Sharlissia?
Uh,
Yes.
so out of character, is that where we are?
Yeah, that's the planet you're on.
That's where we are.
It's
Yeah,
important
I'm
enough
still
for
there.
it's important enough for trade that there's an entire trade route named after it.
Yeah, we are.
All right, that makes things pretty simple for sending someone over to you.
Sweet. And hey, you know what? Use it to figure out some trades coming along here as well. I mean, I figured you probably were anyways, but
Well, if I'm sending them there, I'm making it worth the trip there and away.
absolutely. All right. How soon can I expect to meet one of your ships?
Well, it depends about how fast they get done with their current situation, but I'll send one that has a highly graded hyperdrive, so it shouldn't be more than, let's say, a week.
All right. Keep me posted then, and we'll see to it.
All right. Is that all you needed? Is that all you needed, Amanita?
That's all I needed. I just need to get this off my ship so it's not either burning fuel to keep it alive or heaven forbid be a target for other people to come and grab.
And is there anything that you want?
Is there anything I want? Honestly, you're already doing a lot by keeping Mother off my case.
Get us a couple of vulture droids.
Actually,
It's less about keeping her off of your case and more like pretending that I don't have access to your personal comlink.
How long do you think that BS will work?
Well,
I mean,
if nothing
you
else,
should
she
keep
is
it
aware of
fun.
your independence streak, so I just claim that you're having one of your independence streak moments and refuse to give over a comlink because you want to do it on your own. And so
That's
long as I
fair.
phrase it significantly negatively in that light, she'll believe it.
Actually, there is something. We could throw in a medical station that works off of the old world Kolto as well. If you'd be willing to provide a more up to date medical station that works off Bacto and a little bit of Bacto itself in exchange for this.
I'll use it to upmark them. Back to tanks, what? A few thousand credits? I could swing that.
Awesome. All right. Well then.
Vulture droids. Couple of destroyers.
Hey,
Purvis just
one of my
pops into your
crew.
room, like whispering in your ear.
Other things that could want. Hey, one of my crew is really into droid maintenance and work. Got anything that perhaps I could give to them? I'm afraid I don't know a lot about droids myself. Anything that they might be excited about?
Do they like fixing them, or do they like droids?
They do actively fix droids.
Well, we don't really run salvage operations. I'm sure I can figure something out.
All right. Cool.
You know, just have a couple of vulture droids that just, hang on the side of the ship, and when we get into a space combat, they get to help us.
All right, droids. Science equipment. Ooh, actually, any. And this is gonna sound weird. Any like esoteric animal or plant parts that you got. I know someone who may be able to work with weird random plant and animal stuff.
Not that'll really be on hand. I could tell. I could tell the ship captain for his crew that if they happen to find anything interesting, there'll be a small bonus in for it or something. If they find something, they find something. I'm not too worried about that one.
Understandable. Yeah, honestly, I have no idea what to look for them in particular. And fish. Bring some fish. Fish is always appreciated. And
you want me to send fish?
One of my crew is a Solonian. Was it Solonian?
Solonians.
Sorry, what?
You were right.
I was right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. One of my crew is a Solonian. They really like fish.
I was just about to comment, like, where is Geeman with his fish fans thing? But apparently I missed it half hour ago, so there's the influence for that.
Oh, yeah, they said that the trigger didn't go off.
Sorry! I'm having some weird issues with stream elements where, like, they're not updating things for some reason.
Yeah, it's weird. Alright, noted.
But yeah, no, I think that's about everything I really care to try to request right now. Yeah. Love you, Daddy. You stay safe and hope things keep going well, like they sound they are.
Alright, I'll delete this call from my logs.
Alright, awesome. Thank you. You are the best.
And he'll hang up.
Yep. And I breathe a sigh of relief and go to bed.
When Furby sends Arf on the shopping trip, Ron will also do some shopping himself.
Make sure you stay facing your microphone.
Yeah, you got really muffled all of a sudden.
Oh, sorry. I
could tell you were looking away, so...
Well, more of my mic was a bit up, but that's probably the main thing. Brain. So Ron will probably do some shopping for parts for experiments and plans, and if time, look at the job, see if there's like a job board, just out of curiosity, what might be available on the side or after the temple run's finished.
Alrighty. You gonna go with Arf, or you gonna go separately from Arf?
Separately. I have no need to bother Arf in his own shopping.
All right. So as for Arf, Is Arf going to be sticking to legal shopping? Is he going to go ahead and try and find any restricted items? What's the play here?
Well, Furvis wants to get he wants to get parts to upgrade his droids. You know, keep him up with us. And also, like, one of them is missing an arm and all that, you know?
Yeah.
So, probably... Well, also the B1s are probably going to need updated blasters as well. So probably going
you could keep the standard B1 blasters.
Are they worth keeping?
No, you could, though.
Yeah, we're gonna look for upgraded for better ones. So I'm guessing I'm gonna need to go black market for that.
Oh, hey, if you're going for upgrades anyways, do you think it might be possible to get parts to upgrade a medium weapon or two?
Well, you gonna come ask Furvis that?
Yeah. Since we're stopping for Furvis to make a shopping run, I'll stop by and ask. Yeah, hey. While you're sending Arf out to do shopping, think you could pick up some parts for upgrading my my laser rifle?
Yeah, we can try for that.
All right.
If you're going to get ammos and rifle stuff, do we all have enough firepower for going into the next temple? How's everyone doing for reloads on our weaponry?
I mean, I'm good on ammo. Let me. Items.
I need
Do I have
blaster reloads and slug thrower reloads for my light weapons. That is actually something that we should stock up on.
Wouldn't be too
Oh
too
yeah,
much
that's
of
right.
a bad idea to pick up extra power packs.
The last temple ate my backup power pack, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm running on
Yeah.
no extra batteries and no slugs, and I
mean, power packs you can plug into an outlet to recharge it, if I recall right.
Can you? I thought they were shoot and burn once they fry
Nope,
out, because that's why we can. Oh,
You can recharge them. It's more like it takes time to recharge them, and you normally need to have a generator available for it.
Is the ship generator enough?
Yeah.
It's just in the field, it's good to have spares because
Okay.
there's no practical, definitely not in the heat of battle.
But the slug
Yeah.
throwers are a bit harder, and to be fair, they have to be worked on to fit particular weapons.
Yeah, slug thrower ammo. Yeah, but no, I just remembered that my backup laser pack got eaten by the temple, and so I'm gonna need a new battery pack for my new backup battery pack for my laser rifle. So that too.
So Ron, do we have the materials to fabricate slug thrower ammo here on the ship? I know you're working with my weapons, so you know what their capabilities are and what the specifications are required for.
Would I be able to make a tech on on that? Because I don't know. That's not really Ron's expertise in any way.
for that matter, also gonna want to restock on stim packs.
Well,
we
you
got a
guys
few
are
from the
gonna
people
need to give me some credits to give to Arf for all this.
Yep.
The question of talent, is there a roll I would need to make to be able to give a better answer on that, or?
The answer is that you could try and jerry-rig something up, but you don't exactly have, like, tools for ammo ammo fabrication just sitting on a
Gotcha.
ship.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense. It'd be cheaper just to buy ammo anyway.
Okay.
Like, in the long run, eventually, it would let you do shit like custom fabrication for ammo traits and stuff like that, but also, like, expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very fair.
And I don't think we're looking to make room for that in particular
Yeah.
right now.
Not till we get the bigger ship with the Colto. At the very least. That makes sense. It's just I know my gun does poison, so it's actually the weapon that's augmenting the slug thrower ammo, so that's fine. I guess it works with conventional light slug thrower. That would make sense anyways.
But yeah. So Tal, about how much would it be for like 3 stim packs and the backup battery and upgrade parts for the laser rifle?
Okay, so for that, upgrade parts for a
Medium weapon.
medium blaster
Mhm.
is here. I'm gonna start from the beginning. So you wanted 3 stim packs. Stim packs are 25 credits each.
All right.
You wanted a medium blaster reload, which is another 25 credits. So that brings
there's
your current
100
total
there.
up to 100 for that.
Right.
And double checking my stuff. So I grab the stuff for upgrade and figure out which tab that is on. Cool. Medium weapon upgrade is 600 credits.
So a total of 700 for all of that?
Yes.
All right. I hand Fervis the 700 and then an additional 50 in tips as a hey, you're doing the shopping, here's a little extra sort of thing.
Okay, I will add that. How much total then?
So 750. 700 of it is for specifically for what I'm wanting.
750. Got it. Fervis is going to let Arf keep the tip because, well, Arf's the one actually doing the work, so he gets the tip.
Okay.
So
Let's just hope that, Arf doesn't get distracted and suddenly is in an oil bath or something,
Ooh, a piece of candy. Ooh, a piece of candy.
I suppose
he
Fervis
deserves
is...
an oil bath if he wants it.
True, he does. Fervis will be keeping an eye on things anyways, but I guess anybody else want to give Arf some money to go get stuff?
Krill will, because I need some stim packs too, so he'll give Arf 150 credits to 100 credits for 4 stim packs and a $50 tip, 50 credit tip.
Oh, I do have credits on me. Oh, yes, that's good. Let's see.
Discovers, hey, wait, I have money.
I was like, I'm so
Yeah,
used to not getting paid and having to spend it all on the lab stuff. So yeah, I can definitely.
We did get paid at some point.
Yes, we did.
Yes, I
we
just
did earn
noticed.
somebody.
Okay. In that case, yeah, I did need. I needed ammo. Let's see, how much is the ammo? I have to pull up that menu. Does anyone have it up already?
So the backup ammo pack for me was 25. So
Presume it's the same for slug thrower and blaster.
Slug throwers and blasters, yes.
Okay, so then I can give like, yeah, I can easily give 100 credits and have Arf pick me up another blaster reload and 2 slug thrower reloads and let him take the remainder 25 forward tip. That works.
Ah,
I
got
will
it.
tip the robot.
Regis is the cheapskate here.
Why? What did other people get?
He's also buying less, so that's hardly.
I gave 25%. What is the problem?
I am entirely kidding.
Okay, I don't know how much other people gave, honestly.
The others did give 50
fine.
each.
Yeah,
How much
but we
are you
were also
giving?
spending a bit more.
Well, I picked up the stim packs from the medical people that we defeated. So
How much did you? How much are you giving Arf?
I gave Arf 100. They're 25 apiece, and I wanted 1 blaster and 2 slug throwers, and then I gave 25 as a tip.
Alright, so I guess Arf's headed off for his thingamajig.
Shopping
Shopping trip.
adventure.
Yes.
Alrighty. So, all of the standard stuff is pretty easy to get overall. Not a whole lot in the way of any sort of restricted items in the main list. For droid upgrade parts, so first off, are you primarily having him look for upgrade parts for the training droids that you've repurposed, or for the B1s?
Well, currently we are... What tier are we?
2, I think?
Should be tier 2, correct?
Yeah, we are currently tier 2. So I'm assuming that the B1s are just tier 1.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So... he's already got 2 tier 3s with the training droids. One of them is tier 2. It mostly depends on how much it'll cost and whether Arf's willing to help, which I'll let you decide if Arf is willing to help Furvis pay for that. But it would be nice to get the other training droid upgraded from tier 2 to tier 3, but for the B1s, they can be tier 2.
All right. So a droid upgrade. Although it's kind of funny bothering to get the B1 internal parts when you're going to upgrade it to tier 2 anyway. Kind of funny to me. I don't know why. It's just like, I guess Furvis gets visual confirmation of just how tier 1 the B1 battle droids were.
Yeah.
So I guess that's neat for him to get to see in person.
Yeah, I mean, I figure they'll still basically be B1s. It's just,
Visually, yeah.
some better accuracy, better tracking chips, better armor, etc.
Place the software.
Maybe a small update to the software, yeah,
All right. So, in order to get the actual upgrade parts to get them to tier 2 themselves, are you wanting to get them basic guns that would be on the tier, or actually like customize their weapons?
Ooh.
Because you can buy. So the thing about B1s is that their hands are naturally attached to and cannot disengage from their gun. So if you're getting them a new gun, you're going to basically be remodeling their hands a bit anyway, to like at least detach it and attach a new one if you want to keep it attached. So you do have the option of just buying an actual weapon for them that's better.
Well, real quick. Hello, Lava. How's my good boy? That aside, so the everything that I've seen, like in the movies and the Clone Wars show, their hands are not attached to the weapon?
One of them is. Or at least one of them's supposed to be. They're kind of garbage in quality.
I'm just remembering, like, the Battle of Naboo, where they come out, their guns are on their back, and they just unfold and then pull the guns off of their back.
Yeah, later stages, they just started actually attaching it to the hands.
Oh, cheaper made ones. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, because remember, they redesigned them to be even cheaper somehow.
Yeah, he would probably put them back to or try to get them to the more versatile original design while doing, upgrades and such. Because he's not interested, he's not needing to deal with a huge army. He's got 4 of them.
Yeah, so, as a bit of an interesting factoid, originally B1s were better, and then Republic agents proceeded to sabotage the B1's literal construction plans with revisions to increase effectiveness. So,
Absolutely.
they literally got made cheaper. Their armor was, like, the metal their body was made out of, was made more brittle. Like, they were actually just straight up sabotaged. Another cost-saving measure that was used at one point was just straight up attaching one of their hands to the gun.
Yeah, so Furvis is probably going to do a pretty major overhaul on these.
Yeah. On the plus side, having the base model will still be a lot cheaper. But if it says anything, a B1 battle droid by itself, stock standard, cost 1,800 credits for everything.
1,800. That is for the entire thing.
Entire thing, gun included. That is gun included.
Gun included. That's pretty cheap for a droid, right?
Yes.
That's it.
Really?
That is about 90% of the cost going to the gun.
Yeah. It's just like buying a gun with some legs and strapping them on.
The whole point of them was overwhelmed with numbers rather than with good quality.
Yeah. Now, for its price, the E5 blaster rifle was known to be surprisingly accurate for its price. The problem was everything else. The handle was literally designed for being used with the B1 battle droids too. So if you tried doing them with like other things, they literally don't work as well because they were meant to originally be only used with B1s. And then eventually they started cutting out the middleman and just straight up like leaving the blaster like attached. In a bit of a middle stage, they would keep it attached permanently to the to like the backpack that B1s sort of semi have, like their back. So they would still be like physically connected when they pull them out, and then they eventually just started like welding them straight on in later stages. Because droids do not, technically speaking, if they're just connected with the blaster, they don't need to move their hand to shoot.
Well, like I said, Furvis is going to do an overhaul. I am thinking 2 of them with slug throwers, 2 with blasters. Ideally tier 2 mediums.
All right. So that's going to be pretty expensive.
Yeah.
It would technically, if you're trying to cost save, it would be cheaper to buy tier 1 and then upgrade it yourself, buying the parts for a tier 2 and upgrading them to tier 2 yourself over time.
Fair. We'll probably go with that then.
Yeah, because tier 2 weapons are kind of sort of the limit of what is private citizen legal in the Empire. If it starts going above that, it starts getting into more restricted territory, at least for purchasing. What you do after purchasing is a lot more legal, especially if you have licenses for it. So basically, tier 2 weapons consist of buying very high quality market weapons. Empire does not like people having strong guns. Who'd have thought?
Huh. Funny that. It's almost
I know,
like,
how strange.
It's almost like the oppressive regime doesn't like people having the tools to fight back with.
Yep. Okay, so swapping over to that, each slug thrower that you purchase, medium slug thrower tier 1 with a upgrade would be 1150, which means you're saving like 500. Or yeah, about 500. And each blaster is 1450. The actual upgrade materials going into the droids themselves would be pretty cheap because just about anything is an upgrade over sabotaged B1s post-battle. So that'll just be like 500 credits per.
Okay, so these guys are upcharging me a lot on these tier 1 guns, and
no, that's including the upgrade materials with them.
Oh, okay.
They're giving you market prices on all of these. It's just with the upgrade material costs with them.
Okay, so what was the price for the blaster again?
You know what? Here, I will just go ahead and give you the final total.
That works.
For all of the weapons, it will be 5,200. That is 2 copies of each, as well as upgrade parts for all 4 guns. And then it'll be an additional 1,000 to get upgrade materials for them to at least get them to tier 2.
All right, so 6,200. So Furvis can afford that.
Yep. Bit expensive, but you know it is upgrading like 4 droids.
Yes. And what about the replacement arm and the upgrade for tooth? I don't remember which ones. I don't remember which one was missing an arm, but he wants to get a replacement arm and then upgrade tooth to tier 3.
It won't matter anyway because they're all going to end up at the same tier anyway.
Yeah, it's just, you know, for the sake of, you know, making sure that they're whole.
So it's going to be going from price of tier 3 parts minus price of tier 2. All right, that'll be 1,500 to get the droid from tier 2 to tier 3, which I'll just include the repair cost in that.
Sounds good.
Because, you know, it would involve replacing part of the arm anyway, so...
So is Arf willing to go half and half?
He would be, but he's going to at least narratively give you a little bit of shit about upgrading more droids to be, you know, at his tier or higher.
Yeah, but he's also the general for them, so...
Well, yeah, but he's gonna give you at least a little bit of shit about that.
Oh, well, yeah, of course. It's to be expected.
But he'll go ahead and sign on to it. It's just, you know, appropriate droid complaints.
Furvis will have him buy some out of just Furvis's pocket. He'll have Arf buy some extra droid repair kits for him to hold on to, or emergency repair patches.
Yeah,
I assume those will be standard price, 25.
Yeah. The nice part is that because these, what would normally be advanced medical supplies, are so basic and common, there is almost never any deviation on their price unless you are on, like, a pirate-infested hellhole.
Alright, so I'm going to pick up 5 of those for Arf to hold on to. Furvis will get 3 for him to hold on to. So he's got 5 as well. Hi, Kuroy.
Hey, Garou.
All right. Regis, after you go back to your room, you will suddenly be wearing a... Go ahead.
I was just going to say real quick, Furvis is going to get to work on getting all those repairs and upgrades done. So how many rolls do you want of technology, I think it is, or craft?
It's just going to be 1 craft roll, but it will... However many you're going to be able to work on is going to be dependent on your ranks in craft.
I have 3, so...
3. In that case, you can work on 3 of them.
Unless my craft droid specialty applies as well.
If you're only working on droids, then yes.
Yeah. He'll hand
but
the guns
would not count for stuff like the guns, yeah.
He'll hand that over to Ron. Ron, could you upgrade these, please?
Sure. I can work on him.
Thank you. Sorry, just wanted to get that out of the way real quick and carry on.
Yep. Regis, as you walk into your room after today, you are going to suddenly be wearing a hoodie that is, fish-colored and a little bit fish-shaped and is from Fish Fans. You'll also be holding a new game, which is Plumber Superstar Saga.
Regis will be like very suddenly surprised to be wearing what he presumed at first to be Krill's hoodie. But the game, he will definitely take that and pocket that, and he will of course look around to see where this potentially has come from. But this isn't the first time we've had strange occurrences occur at the in our ship. Hey, Krill, did you just sneak a hoodie on my back?
No. Why
Krill,
do
the
you
moment
ask?
you look down, you are also wearing a fish hoodie.
Oh. I have one too. I don't know
Yep.
where it came from, but I'm happy.
I don't know either, but Regis just decides that now's a good time for him to shapeshift into a Salonian. He's going to take on a very similar form to Krill, and he will have the blonde fur, because this is obviously Salonian clothing.
I think it suits you.
Thanks, Krill. It's definitely chaotic, but I think it's fun. Did you get any fish?
I don't. She looks in her cabin. I don't see any.
Darn.
I think it was just a hoodie today. But don't worry,
well.
we still have plenty of fish. Wow. All those
Oh,
dice.
no.
Yeah, willpowering.
Well, that's better.
Quite a bit better. Arf is assisting him, for the record.
All right.
So, Barnaby, what do you think about science?
That's all, folks.
Oh my. Science, you say?
Well, can't you tell I'm wearing my science garb? Oh wait, I'm not. Well, no matter. Yes, this is actually perfect. Should approach chaos with chaos. This is right. But yes, science. So I was working on a little thing yesterday with Krill, and I may have overheard a bit of things about you doing lots of Force stuff lately, and I have something that may be sensitive to the Force, but as you may know, that is not something that is within my purview. So I was going to get you involved, because you are a wonderfully chaotic element that may be just what we need.
I can try many things. I just need to either get inspiration or consult the tome.
Tome? And Regis will tilt his head a bit, and his tail will stop wagging.
Yes, I can't. the book of rituals passed down from shaman to shaman. I had to spend a great amount of time preparing a second one in case the first one was destroyed, or in case I happened to leave and not have time to pass down my teachings to another. Ewok's life expectancy is up to them. And
What?
so I had to leave a book just in case I was not available to teach the second generation, and the one coming after me. I indeed
Next.
did not teach an apprentice, so good luck to them.
Well,
Whoever takes up my position.
I don't know how it'll go back to where you're from, but that's a very
no, I have it.
benevolent gesture.
I took it. I had to, like I said, I had to make a second one to leave it behind.
Ah, okay. So this is your copy.
Yes.
How many
Actually-
rituals are in this tome?
Oh, very many. It is. The writing looks like madness to you, but there is over 300 pages.
Yes, I may not be able to make out a single thing in that. In fact, I think I saw some of the writing move for a second there. But
It does that.
it is surprisingly structured. I thought you were a being of pure chaos, but you consult tomes and reference manuals like the rest of us.
It's slightly more complicated than that. This is the framework. From here, we improvise.
Ah,
Try new things. See what works for us. The Force is not completely uniform, and trying to do so is a fool's errand.
that's what I was partially afraid of. Implementing something that requires force and expecting control is like implementing raw chaos and expecting predictability. It is the antithema of science.
Well, you can coax it in certain directions if you convince it.
So yes, I have a very interesting shiny thing, and I'm sure you'll love to check it out with me. I've
Actually,
tried to.
do you have any requests? As he's going to open his book up and look at Krill expectantly.
Not at the moment.
Actually, I've recently acquired this. As he's going to hold up a new bowl.
New bowl?
It is a glass bowl, but it is not transparent because the inside of the bowl has a a mirror, rather a curved mirror inlaid in the actual bowl section of the bowl. You see, I have been becoming more consistent with another ritual of mine where I divine the future.
Oh,
I see.
But I needed something
That's not
to
horrifying.
help me with that specifically. Would you like to see the future? Would you like to...
that could be very useful in predicting what will happen with experiments.
Yes.
But I've always heard the future is always in motion.
Well, yes, it's a possible future, maybe even a likely future, like the one I gave Fervus about his enemy.
I think I get it. It's like trying to sail a ship with a window in the front of it, so you can steer where you're going without just crashing into it unexpectedly.
The captain has not let me fly the ship, but I assume you are correct.
It does intrigue. And there is no danger to this ritual, is there?
Not this one.
Not this one. Why not? You know, when we got some time, maybe we can give it a whirl.
Okay.
after Regis's experiment.
Very good then. So, what is the thing I'm doing?
Well, I have this thing that reacts to force, I believe. And you are a wonderfully chaotic and excitable element of force. And I was
Is
hoping.
this a flesh thing? A plant thing?
Well, that's the most exciting thing about it. It can be a lot of those things. Flesh, potentially even plant. Not so sure about mineral, but potentially.
The answer is yes.
So
It
what
is-
you're saying is I'm experimenting on Regis.
Well,
No.
we're not at that phase yet, and ideally, experimenting on me would be reduced to a minimum because I am needed for the experiments and I am unreplaceable. So we can't do that. But we can experiment ahead of time and potentially figure out if it is possible to get a desirable solution that it is Regis, but at this moment it is not Regis, it is Serum, and I'll show it to you.
Barnaby is intrigued, and maybe, if he can understand this thing, Amy will let him cast rituals on the ship itself.
Keep dreaming. I'm pretty sure Amy wouldn't let you within 10 feet of the ship if you try to use a ritual on it.
Now hold on, I only need 50 quarts of blood and access to every system.
The blood.
50 quarts of blood.
There are
And
many
maybe in a
sigils there are going to be many sigils if I'm going to ensure an even spread.
What would you be doing with that? It sounds interesting, but maybe you could synthesize the blood.
Doesn't a humanoid body only hold about 5 liters?
Yeah, well, that's only if you manage to extract every bit. The actual process, you get 3, maybe 4 if you're very thorough.
You trying to turn the ship alive with that much blood?
Oh, no, it dries. It's for communication. It's
Ah. But we have comlinks.
yes, but I want to talk to the ship. Like I talked to the plant.
ship isn't sentient, though.
Not yet.
So he would be making it alive so that he could talk to it.
New influence tab.
Oh boy.
Oh, okay.
Not relevant to the current scene, so carry on. Just,
Yeah, I got it.
yeah, it's not giving notifications, so.
Let's see how deep this rabbit hole goes.
All this going on while
It isn't
while
yet. What
all this
the
going on
heck?
while Ron is aimlessly off shopping, not hearing about crazy plans with his ship.
So Barnaby, I'm not sure what is capable with the chaotic elements that you bring, but I had a few ideas of what I could do with this serum. I could use it to augment my own abilities to shapeshift, but I found that relying on something that requires force to operate may not be a good thing to integrate into myself as is. But potentially, if you wanted to create something that is alive, like the ship, as you mentioned, perhaps I could have something that could act as a proxy with force powers that would be linked to me, that I could then theoretically use to bypass this restriction. I don't know if these things are possible, but
I am intrigued. So what you're saying is that right now it is a liquid in a glass vial that can
yes,
turn into other materials, but temporarily?
it reacts to things.
As Regis was saying all that stuff, Krill just suddenly gets more and more worried.
Hey, Krill, you look a little nervous. Your tail is not reacting the way I normally see it, and your ears are folded down. Are you okay? You told me that Barnaby was a good idea, and I agree.
Yeah.
Want to come with us?
Sure. Just to keep an eye on things.
It's fun to watch.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Science. This is not science, but I must embrace the chaos.
So what are you asking me to do specifically? Are you asking me to give it a vision of the future, or are you just trying to get me to touch it with force?
Well, I am not exactly sure how force works, but in the scientific world, I would be asking you to attempt to assess the capability of it being able to be to do either of those two things that I suggested. Either find a way that it could be mutable and help me to adapt better, or allow it to act as a proxy and allow itself to be using These force stuff is very, very tight on the brain. Yes, I was thinking potentially of creating some sort of alchemy creature to act as a proxy to manipulate more of itself to augment me, but have that creature aligned with my thoughts and interests. You did seem to be interested in
What you're saying is I should make a child in my own image so that you can use it.
Oh my, this is a bit more
Krill's
unpredictable.
eyes just went wide.
Yes, Regis is mirroring Krill's expression for a moment now. Well, would that attain the results that I was saying? I may not understand the words that you just said in the way that I think that I heard them, but
Well, if it is a duplicate of me, then yes, it should be able to interact with force. It will just be untrained. But it could convey your intention to the force, perhaps.
it wouldn't just be as chaotic as you. This is interesting, though. This is promising.
It depends on how good I am.
I look over to Krill.
This is getting wild.
Barnaby about to become a father?
We're making decisions here today.
We are definitely making decisions of all time.
Who let Barnaby osmos?
Krill, I suggest we determine parity on this before I make any rash decisions. But it does seem
Agreed.
like a viable path forward, albeit an extreme one.
It is very, very extreme. I will agree with that.
Wait. What would the captain say? He's going to fold his arms and think deeply.
I'm pretty sure the captain would have some rather unflattering things to say about this experiment.
Hold. I'm going to go collect something from my office. I'm going to try something else. I'm going to have it imitate the most responsible person on this ship. So I'm going to go get some of the captain's hairs.
Oh no. What have we done, Regis?
Just saying, you all wanted Barnaby over Purvis for this. Just saying.
He's
This
willing
is-
to go down with it. He's willing
This
to
is-
pretend. Yes.
Going down reanimator territory.
What has science done?
We are far from
I don't think
science.
science is to blame for this. Like, come on now.
Regis, I'm pretty sure we crossed the barrier from science to abomination when we decided that Barnaby was going to be our catalyst.
Well, as
Well-
Barnaby is still talking, I assume you don't let him out of your sight. He is then starting to say, wait. No. I have a better idea. It will be the child of friendship. As he's starting to collect other hair.
Whose hair?
Everyone's.
Does Barnaby come and visit Amy?
Everyone's been to them. Everyone's been to his office for medical treatment. He has it already.
He has samples of
Yeah.
everyone.
Why would he not?
Wait, Barnaby? That is too radical.
Yes, I think a copy of you would be at least a little bit less radical. This may produce results that even you may not be excited about, Barnaby.
Tragically, Arv had nothing for me to take, so it will be almost complete friendship entity.
No, we're not making a homunculus.
No?
Tal,
What is that word?
can we retroactively have Furvis grab a mouse droid as well, just to use as a Roomba to clean up any of his fur around? Please.
Oh yeah. You know what, Barnaby, to grab samples of you. Yes, that's fair.
You know, you would think one Roomba is enough for a whole Loth wolf?
You thought you should have been afraid of me with the scanner, but really it was Barnaby doing all these rituals on you.
Only, he'll overwhelm the Roomba during, shedding season, but right now it's not shedding season.
Krill will look sternly at Barnaby and like, Barnaby, pick one, not everybody.
Okay, I pick you.
Would that be viable? Krill is not force sensitive.
Well, a child is a result of two people.
Regis would just blink a bit. This is got
Krill is also blinking.
I'm sorry, what were we talking about?
Making and made words.
Oh, right, the entity.
Yes. Barnaby, pick one. It can't be. We're not making a creature out of everyone.
Okay. Maybe I just stay myself then. Later, friendship entity, when I have more practice.
Krill, we will have to work on the security locks for the samples. But anyways.
Yes. Agreed.
I just feel needed to point out again. Y'all chose him for this.
I thought Purpose would say no.
About that mouse droid, Tal.
Yep.
Oh, yes? Cool. How much?
He's putting
He'll pay
he's
for all of
putting
it.
everything away. I mean, considering he's already also got most everyone's blood, just in case
Yeah.
of future transfusions, of course he has your hair.
Yeah, sorry, Purvis. He probably does have your tag lock.
The mouse droids are only 350 credits.
Oh, I could get a few. Actually, looking them up. They have a lot of... You definitely
Yes,
never
there's a
see
reason
all
they are
this...
so ubiquitous.
You never see them use any of these abilities, but apparently they've got quite a lot that they can do.
Well, the thing is that they're a class 5 droid, which means that they're generally just packed with utility, but they aren't the best at using it without being given programming and direction.
Well, I might pick up a couple, because especially like the repair functions, those could be useful.
So, Krill, you think we should do it?
The reasonable side of me is saying no, but I know how important this is to you, so it doesn't hurt to try.
Well,
Okay. I will do experiments first before we try anything serious.
that is probably wise. This is only marginally less risky than me just taking the sample and injecting it into myself regularly.
Yes, I can almost hear the captain screaming at me, and there is only a 30% chance of being spaced.
Hey, isn't that what that goldfish bowl is for? At least you can predict what will happen.
Fishbowl.
I should try that.
And if it is nightmare... Oh, later? Okay.
I will embrace all responsibilities of my actions. No matter what I saw, my actions would not change. But I could show you yours.
Maybe I should check that. Yes, that seems like a good idea.
Okay.
Yes, that seems like a very great idea with this very, very volatile sample, and you are the embodiment of pure chaos. And
Okay.
yes.
Let us do a future seeing ritual then. Hold this bowl.
And Regis will hold the bowl. He feels much more relieved, considering that he feels like he just walked off the precipice of something he may not have wanted to step off of. But now he's holding the bowl, and he's relaxed.
Barnaby is now going to pour a small amount of water in it. And then he is going to go back to his container and drop a drop of Regis's blood into the bowl before taking out a candle and setting it in the center of the bowl. Basically giving a time limit for this, as once that flame melts down the candle into the water, it's out. Barnaby is then going to turn off the lights of their current room, and he is going to he's going to take that phone book and stand atop it to reach into the bowl and start stirring it with his claw. The river moves before the step, the wind blows before the wing. Show the path that may yet be. The flame flickers slightly, and then he will ask, "Show to Regis what may be within the next coming hour." And with this, Barnaby is going to use prophecy.
Alright, what level of prophecy are you using?
Oh, just level 1. Since he's trying to build this into this one specifically, he's going to try and gain success with this first before trying to build into it before investing more heavily. Everyone likes a profit, though.
Yeah, everyone.
Smile.
Of course.
Welcome in, Hex.
I mean, nothing is wrong with with a mage that was going wildly by rituals before now gaining actual magical ability.
All right. Regis, did you have any particular plans for the next hour?
Well, Regis had a hypothetical of if this thing could predict the future, he would have had the plan of hypothetically knowing that whatever he was going to do would be prophesized. He would let Barnaby run wild with this experiment just to see if it would go horribly or not, knowing that he has this theoretical prophecy to let him see it. That was his thought and such. Basically, you get to do the science and then have a rewind button if it goes horribly wrong.
The problem with basing your actions on knowledge of the future is that then changes the future. Sorry. Go ahead.
That is why Barnaby did not prophesize his own future. No matter what he saw, his actions would be unchanged.
Effectively, I have to decide whether or not this is an action that I will choose to accept. And Barnaby will be Barnaby, which is adding order to a purely chaotic entity, which is something Regis can at least work with.
Yep, all right. So, level 1 prophecy usage. So, this is going to at least start out fairly unhelpful in general, if for no other reason than this is a pretty open-ended prophecy like topic and is limited to the next hour or so, which there is not too much that is going to be going down wrong with a long-term science experiment in the next hour. If that makes sense.
Okay, so nothing catastrophic happens in the next hour if I just let Barnaby run wild with the experiments. Okay.
Yeah. Not to say anything about anything else, but at least in the next hour, it will not go catastrophically wrong automatically.
Okay. And Regis will be sitting there with this bowl between his paws as he's kind of slumped down, kind of staring at a candle until it goes out. And I presume the candle eventually goes out, and he looks up and he says, I don't know exactly how that works, but I didn't feel an overwhelming sense of foreboding like I did when I was in the Sith Temple, so I presume that nothing horrible will happen if I let you continue.
Oh, I entreated the tremors of the future to visit us sooner.
So, this could be viable. The element of chaos could theoretically produce control in the experiment, Krill, and the idea of a proxy could prevent me from being subject to outside force influences that would be able to just take advantage of this experimental infusion concept.
Okay.
At least this seems viable.
Part of me is
At
hoping to take
the very
bowl
least,
back
you have
and
received
empty.
no promises of it actually succeeding. The only promise that you've gotten is that in the next hour, nothing catastrophic will happen.
Which means the sample isn't destroyed, and there's no major containment breach.
Yep, just making
Those
sure
were-
that you're aware of what you're getting and what you are not.
That is fair, because to be fair, Regis doesn't know what he's getting and what he isn't, so he wouldn't know how much he should know. This is the first time he's done a prophecy.
Then I guess we can continue forward, but we should watch what Barnaby does closely.
Oh man, I can't believe my ritual took an hour and 5 minutes.
That would be... Well, that would just mean that the ritual completed at the end of an hour or 5 minutes, in which case... Wouldn't it mean it would be predicting the next hour and 55 minutes? I don't know. What a thought. Oh dear, this is jumping off the deep end.
He will take his bowl back and go dump out the contents in the sink. Wax and water, wax and water combination is very useless for most rituals, so he'd rather have his bowl clean for the next one. Take me to your thing.
All right, Krill. We have parity on this. You think it's a good idea, and you haven't screamed to use Purvis, so let's do it together. And I will take Krill's hand and pull them with me to the lab with Barnaby.
Barnaby is reaching to
do
take
this.
his staff too. Okay.
We've committed to the course. Let's see where it goes.
Barnaby is stoked.
I do hope that your exposure to Barnaby's, your eager exposure to Barnaby isn't being mirrored over to myself, Krill. But either way,
I hope
think it'll
not
go well.
too.
However, should something happen, do either of you have an heir that I should be aware of?
No.
Neither do I.
Yeah, I think we're all the last of our lines, so I don't think there's anyone to inform if I disappear.
We should change that at some point.
Again, the Salonian blink. Anyhow,
Blink, blink.
is there anything we can do to help you with what you need to do? Probably not, but
Just tell me all the things you have learned of this thing, and then I will try and select the most appropriate action. As he is not saying ritual immediately.
yes. Well,
However, he's taken his big book with him. You have not seen the big book very often.
You forgot the bull.
At this point, Regis will just pull up the research notes that he's produced on his experiment log so far, and he will just read those out. So here's what I know so far. Adaptus Project Research Log 2, Initial Findings on Recovered Sample. I performed some rudimentary tests with a Salonian who is surprisingly amicable to my efforts to perform research on a viable sample that the expedition has managed to recover. The sample is promising. While the serum is ancient, it has remained remarkably intact. Additionally, the serum is remarkably adaptable, with capabilities to integrate with organic material. Current research has hit a roadblock. There is an unknown element that is required to direct the serum's behavior in a predictable manner. Due to the method of procurement, as well as additional errata discovered in the expedition, alchemy metal and Kyvar crystals, it's logical to presume the unknown element is the Force. Potential solutions may include creating an adaptive layer using the material that is Force compatible to act as a proxy under my control to manipulate the material integrated with myself. This has the downside of potentially requiring an additional sympathetic sample to have enough material for both, or potentially growing more on site. Alternatively, to rely on Force-capable elements in my company to quote-unquote cure the material into a desirable pattern of behavior.
Yep, okay. I will be beginning with, do you have your science instruments with which to continue observing this thing?
You are in the middle of the lab, and the sample is connected to the computer here, and was there something in specific that you were looking for?
No. Okay. Let's start off lightly, as he's going to hold out the bowl. To think I'd use this thing twice so soon. Place the vial into the bowl, but do not take it out of the vial.
That he will assist you to put the bowl inside of the experimental chamber, and then he will use the manipulator to lower the vial into the bowl.
Very safe. Okay. Okay. This might be close enough. He is then going to kneel in front of the containment chamber and touch to the ground with both hands, every digit on the ground. He will then kneel down until his forehead is touching the ground, and he will speak quietly. All things change, all things listen. Show us your true shape. As he will entreat the material to show him its first form. This is a very light appraisal ritual.
All right. Do you have the history spell?
I have... I do not, but I have Memory Shift and I have Nightmare/Dream.
Alright, because currently this sample does not count as a being with memories. Instead, it would be more of like an item residue, or creature residue as an item.
I see.
So this would be more of a history spell interaction. So I will let you go ahead and attempt it. You got a -1 difficulty before from Vari, who gave you -1 difficulty on your next roll.
You also have +1 die.
Yeah. So you have +1 die, -1 difficulty. I will let you either raise the difficulty back to standard to lower the SR needed, or keep it at the lower difficulty but increase the SR. Which would you prefer?
I will raise the SR. Sorry. I mean, I will raise the difficulty back.
All right. Raise the difficulty back, lower SR, +1 dice.
Yay.
And did Krill use their difficulty change earlier?
I haven't rolled.
Okay.
Okay, so that will be a soul. Forceful. Sagacity check? I think that's appropriate.
For actually casting, yes.
Yes, okay.
Because you also have the Soulful Caster thing, so.
Yep, I do. Go by ritual. Wow.
Unfortunate.
Oof.
Very polarizing.
Well, hold on. If nothing else, Barnaby has a ton of soul.
Enough
It's
to soul 5 ones?
I have 6
Unfortunately.
soul.
Well, remember, you have to
Yeah.
go by your... It's not like a 1 per soul thing.
Yeah, I know. It's just
Boost
like,
die.
if nothing else, Barnaby has a ton of soul. So let's go boost dice. Let's go.
Minsk and boo. You forgot boo.
Well, your dice have been vaporized, so you have to reroll.
Yep, just reroll in
Very
general.
well then. I accept. Huh. That is a strangely untouchable roll. It is-
Well, you can still body it.
Body boost.
I suppose so, but I think this much is fine, maybe. 5 is an acceptable amount. Especially if he's
Fortunately, you're
gonna
the expert.
Especially if he keeps doing rituals.
Yes. You would know.
I will keep the 5 then.
All right. With a 5, what you are going to get is... Did you put any sort of qualifier on what you were looking for when you got that, or were you just going for original shape?
He had placed it in a reflective surface with it being the only object inside of it. So that it would only basically bear witness to its own material. However, he had not put on any other qualifiers other than original state.
Yeah, that's what I needed to check. Because, I needed to know what it was actually going to be trying to pull for. Cool. All right. In that case, what you are going to get is that... I mean, this is 5. You know what? Yeah, because you chose the higher difficulty, lower SR1. It will be enough for this. You will get to see 2 answers, which one will show a completely normal animal, something vaguely crustacean-like. Looks like kind of like a crab. However, the other thing is going to be a sort of it looks like a very similar but refined version of the sample that you have in front of you, but it looks like it's a lot more refined and like it hasn't been used. It looks like it's a fresh sample.
He is looking towards the others to see if they are also bearing witness to the basically original. As, I believe I have gained some answers.
Are we able to share that? I think it's only you who sees it.
I mean, if you're an observing, unless it did not actually change its shape and only I am seeing this.
This is more of a result of your ritual that's being conveyed to you.
Okay then. He's going to sit up and look towards the others. I have gained some answers.
What have you got?
This ritual has told me that this sample is not a sentient thing. Once upon a time, it was more pure, and then I believe some crustacean encountered it and engaged with it, and they are together now.
I see. So it's kind of like a
Contamination.
organic, or maybe like an organic catalog, perhaps? Like,
Potentially, that or this is something that is already bonded to an entity, but has potentially lost its sentience over a long period of time, but is less pure than it was beforehand.
I see. So, based on this, we can infer that this stuff can meld with organic life.
Perhaps it could become that crab shape again, and that could act as the proxy. But the more important thing is we found that the sample itself is impure. It would probably not be the best to use for direct application, unless I want to start walking sideways.
While that would be kind of funny, I don't think that would be wise.
Exactly. There's only one sample of me, and I don't intend to jump off any bridge like that. Unless there is no other choice, and we still have a temple or two to discover. Perhaps we can find an original sample, or the sample that this came from. I'm not entirely sure how to interpret that. If its true form is of a... You said it was a more pure variant. Did it look like it was part of a larger container, or
No,
something?
I only saw a separate version of that material that seemed more refined, pure, and then I saw a crustacean. But theoretically, I could kill it.
Kill the sample?
The crustacean, maybe?
I think he means
If it
he
has
could
nothing,
attempt to purify it.
If it has nothing to bond with, it might separate.
What do you think, Regis?
So we have an impasse, potentially two choices here. We could attempt to purify the sample, separating it from the creature that is imprinted into it, or we could try and manifest the creature and potentially use that combined with Barnaby's force powers to potentially act as a proxy layer. But either way, we could either have a better sample or the proxy option. It's definitely... It would be better to have a purer sample. I'm not sure if they'll ever have another opportunity to acquire such a thing like this. You think that you would be able to purify it by killing the creature. Krill, I want parity on this. Should I try and kill it, or should I try and bring it to life?
I think that we should try to purify the sample.
Okay, then. That was my original thought as well, but it is the potential, as the way Barnaby says, the ending of a life.
Yes. For all we know, we might be doing this life a favor.
It would be imprinted with whatever the Sith temple had built it with. True, it could potentially be a malignant design, something that might try and wrangle control away from me, so that does seem reasonable. Do you really think that you are capable of purifying the sample, Barnaby?
He is going to think about this one and seriously. I might want more prep.
If there was a way I could assist you, I would, but these means are absent me, hence the desire for a potential proxy at one point.
The rituals are usually benign and usually of a supportive nature. Using it offensively to deal direct damage, this is going to be not impossible, but I'm going to need to think of some way to apply a ritual offensively.
You could theoretically try to free the creature from the sample and leave only the pure sample in a tiny grab. I don't know. These things don't make entire sense to me. I don't know what is possible and what isn't, but maybe you don't need to kill.
I have an idea. Potentially, if I seal its abilities, it will come apart. Mayhaps killing isn't necessary. This shouldn't do any harm, so there's no harm in trying it, as he is going to try and use seal upon the sample. However, that is going to be a very questionable, can it even be done?
Like the sealed condition?
Yep, the sealed condition.
You can, but it won't do anything because, like I said, it's more of an item at this point currently.
Yep. He is just wondering if it is technically in a passive state of always activating some sort of air quotes power. And it seems that the answer is not really. Okay, that didn't work, but it didn't do anything. Which is also informative. It is not in an active usage of power, and it is not a sentient thinking thing. It is more automatically reactive than anything else.
Regis is just passively writing notes as you continue to say these things.
Okay. Perhaps. Aha! I will lean into its more crustacean nature. But do I have? No, of course I have. I will be right back. As he's going to drop his staff and run back to his room before returning with various pieces of shell and bone to place around the containment chamber. I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it shed. Through repeated processes, the crab will continue to molt until none of the crab is left. I may be asking you to.
Yes, it's like working with like the atom itself. It's just unimaginable chaotic power.
Yes.
Shed the crab.
Just make the crab molt itself into oblivion.
Yes.
Now everyone will have tiny crabs crawling all over the entire ship.
I'm sure they will be so happy about this.
Okay, now, if this works, the sample will be more pure and there will be less crab, but you should be ready to remove the shell just in case it indeed does separate. We don't want it rebonding after all.
I can use the manipulator arm if there's something to grab.
Excellent. He's going to pick up he's going to pick up his staff. Now, technically, this is cruel, but I do not believe it feels pain any longer. Because were I not doing this on a crustacean, the entity would be losing their skin. But the chitinous layer has no nerve endings, so this is fine.
I'm sure.
As he's going to take his staff and he is going to tap it on the ground as he continues to walk in circles around the containment unit, touching the shells and pieces of bone that he has laid out on the floor until he has circled 4 times, saying the same thing again and again until he's finished the 4th rotation. All things grow shell, all things must shed it. Assume the natural cycle, you who have been stopped in time.
As suddenly everybody on the ship starts growing a shell.
No. It's only the things inside the circle. Don't be inside the circle. However, there is also a non 0% chance that this might well, technically the containment unit is also inside the circle, but maybe that's fine.
Isn't the circle inside the containment unit? In the bowl?
How would Barnaby get inside the containment unit?
You want to be inside inside the circle? Oh my.
Sorry, I thought this containment unit was pretty small.
It is, but we put the bowl in, and I was thinking that you could theoretically, like, put a plate with this ritual, and then we could insert.
Yeah, so he's making a circle around the containment unit.
Oh, okay. So you're just gonna do it outside the containment unit. Okay.
Yes, which means that there is a non 0% chance that this might do something to the containment unit, but let's not focus on that.
Let's not consider
that.
As Krill is contemplating what would happen to the containment unit.
Expensive would happen to the containment unit, but if it works, it may be worth it. But we don't know. Maybe it'll just become more armored.
I'm sure.
Turns into a giant crab.
Accelerate to the present. Leave the old shell behind. As he will mutter as he makes his 5th rotation. Before, with the last whack to basically end La Ritual, he will bring down his staff very hard and smash whatever thing was at the end of the 5th rotation, be it shell or bone. And now it's time to roll.
Yep. It is indeed time to roll.
Fingers crossed. Thankfully, I've got all my resources.
Minsk, and Boo. You forgot Boo!
Oh, okay.
Vari really likes Barnaby.
Vari does.
I mean, I think Vari is hoping that whatever Barnaby does doesn't go wrong and explode the containment unit.
Perhaps.
So the more
This-
successes that Barnaby has, hopefully the less damage happens.
So, I just have to point out, Enja, that Vari is the, as far as I understand it, creator of the Book of Ix. Which is basically a book where every page has an explosive rune on it.
Oh.
Oh, right.
The Book of Explosive.
Yes.
Oh dear.
So,
So
definitely
so
not
what do we
hoping
get
you're
again? We get an additional dice?
you're getting decreased difficulty.
Oh boy. Oh.
Oh, Viv made the Book of Ix, Vari made the Book of Fret. Ah, it's a lesser version of the Book of Ix. Either way, Vari likes to push the buttons.
I understand. Oh my god.
Science gets done.
Science.
Yes.
Have you blinded me with science?
Actually, he has. That's where the floating mirror things are.
Barnaby might also be losing his mirror bowl, but that's a small price to pay.
Now a shelled mirror bowl.
All right, I think it's 12. I might actually be purifying the sample.
All right. So, with that, how exactly were you trying to purify it mechanically?
Mechanically, I'm trying to reach into basically the crab component to have it shed its to shed and basically have the sample cling to the air quotes still living matter as the shell is no longer, or the cast off shed shell is no longer part of the crab. It is discarded as it was meant to be discarded in a purely organic fashion. This is not a conscious thing that a crab does. So even in its reduced state, it would still be following its remnants of its organic nature, and then continue to air quotes shed to reduce the organic component that the refined sample has bonded to.
Okay, so
Basically, you're turning the crab component of this into shell.
Which is technically a non-living cast-off waste entity that ideally the sample will have no reason to bond to, as that is not a it is intentional cast off and may be identified as trash.
okay.
Barnaby is insane, and
I'm just trying to think about how to even make this work, considering that, as a reminder, this is not exactly the, it's still not a creature.
Yes, so I
It is-
suppose in that respect, Barnaby was trying to basically revive it to then have it molt itself out of existence.
Yeah, which is... It would work a whole lot better if it was actually a creature, currently.
You could bind it to an existing creature, maybe.
Barnaby doesn't grasp these difficult concepts too easy, so he's just trying to say it like, maybe this is simpler than I think.
You're the one casting it.
This is above Barnaby's pay grade, so he's just going to do a silly ritual that is apparently very potent.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think about how I'm going to resolve this when, you know, not a creature can't really do creature things currently.
Yeah,
it doesn't backlash on you, Barnaby.
Barnaby is only trying to identify, okay, crustacean, go.
Yeah, so it's not going to bounce back on him, like, at all. He's, you know, he rolled really good on the ritual.
I mean, you could just have me destroy the sample. That's always an option. Successful ritual, destroyed. Just turns into a huge pile of shells that are inert and worthless. It'd be disappointing, but it is a viable result.
It is. But the
Has
other
it
thing
been
is
an
that
hour?
you still rolled... generally setting up rituals does take a good bit of time, so probably not been an actual hour, but more of like it's been a good hot minute.
So,
Yeah,
so destroying the sample would be one of those bad things that me giving you free reign would not happen potentially, but I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, that would probably be a catastrophic result to you, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and I wasn't really gonna have it like actually destroy the sample because it isn't like he completely fucked it up.
I guess it's just up to the Force to find a way to answer Barnaby's desire.
Which is kind of what I'm attempting to at least figure out. For how to even potentially start resolving this, considering that the base attempt is... It sure exists.
The Force knocks Barnaby out and the midichlorians say, "Hey, why don't you just ask something that makes sense?" It's like, oh, okay.
I like Jitz's comment. The Force will find balance in a restraining order.
Well, don't worry. Barnaby has a few separate has a new Force ID for every planet.
Has a new Force ID for...
I'm sure that that's very appreciated.
It's Barnaby with an increasingly superfluous mustache.
Yeah, so this is going to result in the sample is not destroyed, but part of the sample is going to effectively get separated and changed into a sort of more intermediary changed product, and you have no idea if it's actually closer to what it's supposed to be or not.
Barnaby is going to relay the details to everyone else, so that maybe the scientists can actually begin to chastise him for trying to make him do living thing actions to a non-living entity.
Well, again, you're adapting what unfortunately what Regis doesn't truly understand at his juncture. But at that point, you're saying you're trying to use a living thing, and I guess Regis would mention multiple times that the sample isn't alive at this juncture. It is effectively an indeterminate state between its effective outcome and a pure chemical. But unfortunately, it dabbles with sciences and magics that, well, the Force, whatever you would refer to it, in some ways, some people think of it like magic, but it is kind of a combination of both worlds. So I don't have a complete picture of it, and neither do you. So what we were able to discern is that this did produce results, and what I have discovered from your endeavor is that it does react to the Force, which is what I had originally hypothesized. This potentially, and of course he would have taken the manipulator arm to separate the two samples, and he said this leads back to the potential adapter solution. What you infused is the creature, and now we have the raw sample. Theoretically, what you manifested here is already patterned with the crab. So we do have a parity set of samples, and it just that this is potentially viable. Now we just need to figure out. There's so much so much not known.
It'd be nice if we had a pure sample, but finding one would be problematic.
That is a good question. Barnaby.
Yes.
I remember you were talking about like a ritual once where you had one thing and it told you about the other things that were like it or something. I think it was stones.
Oh.
Could you use that to find its pure relation, if it exists?
May I touch it? I will probably need to touch it.
How much of it?
I don't know. Even a little bit might be cause for concern.
Do you need to physically touch it? I mean, you could symbolically touch it. You've touched it with your mind. I'm not entirely sure the avenues that require, but contamination is a potential problem, as Krill mentioned. If you have that on your hand, it may choose to make your hand its home. And you could end up like the crab, or you could end up something different. You could end up...
Maybe if my hands are just near it, that should be fine. I have been growing more powerful lately.
Been eating your Force Wheaties.
That is probably the safest for your well-being. As I said, there's only one of me, and so I don't want to risk it. But there's also only one of you, and I don't want to risk you either.
Okay. Well, Hold on. This might be a little strange. This is not my usual, but he is then going to reach up and tear off a piece of wood from his staff. He is then going to begin to crush it before lighting it on fire and pouring the ash into a bowl. He is then going to add a bit of low-grade spice and and a splash of cheap alcohol before he's going to then down the contents, that vile, almost tar-like content. Okay, I'm ready. Okay.
What do we need to
He's
do to
going to-
arrange the lab?
He's going to open the containment, and he's going to place his hands on either side of the bowl specifically. Come unto me, the echoes of the source. From one comes many, from many comes the first. Show me the path in between. Show me your way home. As he is then going to basically use prophecy and dream on himself, as he is trying to discern where other elements similar to this might be.
So, what is? I get the prophecy part. What is the goal with casting dream on yourself?
Basically, because this is an impure material, so he's basically like widening the net, allowing his subconscious to come forth more easily, release himself to the force.
Out of game, just so that way you understand, using dream on yourself means that
I go to sleep, yes.
You are literally going to also see the things that you would consider pleasant. So basically, it's just going to give you a result of whatever it is that you wanted
True enough.
the result to be.
Right, not completely familiar with the magic just yet. I thought, right. No, fair enough.
I get what you were thinking, but I guess that's not how it works.
Yeah, well, there's a difference between trying to knock yourself out for it and meditating for it, and casting a spell that does a thing on yourself.
Right. Barnaby shall take whatever methods are needed for the vision to manifest, considering he has just drank booze, eaten a piece of his staff, and took some drugs.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll just leave it at prophecy, and whatever the cost is will be. All right, rolling time.
Yep.
Huh? Time for bashing something?
See some big money.
And you have been given an exploding 10, Barnaby.
Hey.
People love to see the magic.
The Barnaby magic. The Barnaby.
They love to see chaos, and this is chaos.
This is pure, amazing chaos.
Yeah, I'll sell those ones. Why not? He's been crazy today.
Thales is helping from the ether. Hey, look at that. It paid off.
11.
A little
Go
bit.
forth.
Go forth 11 and show us some results.
All right. Now, what were you focusing this prophecy on?
Where are elements similar to you?
All right. In that case, the prophecy that you will receive, you do not have a timestamp attached to it, but the answer will be slightly ominous because the prophecy that you will get is on your ship.
He's going to stagger backwards and shake his head and seem extremely confused. What? And he's going to look at Regis and he's going to look at Krill. This is the only sample, right?
You had both
Yeah.
elements within the circle, right? You didn't just.
There's more on the ship. It's on the ship more.
Krill will think about this.
Okay.
Hey, wait a minute. And she'll go to her room and get her pack. And when she gets back, she's going to pull out that medal that she got from the temple, from the fourth temple.
Oh yeah,
You
I have
think
some of that
it's
too.
related to this?
That would be
Barnaby's
up to
going-
Barnaby to know.
Alright, I guess Barnaby's going to try and appraise this. Does this seem like the metal that looked like the pure sample?
Did include
Well,
those in my notes and the research.
I mean,
I'm
he
bad.
said there's.
Bad to the bone.
Ooh.
Oh dear. But this is the only thing that I can think of that would be similar to that. And they both came from those temples.
This might be a solution that science can solve, because this is a very ominous fact. If that is what really is happening, I might have to get Furvis involved after all. Because, if I'm correct, this material has a distinct biological signature, something that could be identified. I used to have a bioscanner, but, well, those of you
I
who
have a
remember...
bioscanner, I think.
You do? You are full
Wait,
of
hold on.
surprises.
No, I have a blood scanner. It helps it helps identify toxins so that I can treat them correctly instead of blindly guessing. But I could buy a bioscanner.
You don't think we should get Furvis involved? That is fair.
No, we could get Furvis involved. I like Furvis. He is good company. He has promised to eat me when I die.
What the hell did he promise this?
Wow.
Very early on.
Did I?
You did.
More Solonian blinking.
That does not surprise me.
Fair enough. It sounds like something you'd say.
Yeah.
And do you consider that a good thing?
I will not be wasted. Of course it's a good thing.
Well, I believe ARF is the most capable to perform an advanced analytical scan of the ship for a particular biosignature, barring having to go to the store and potentially buy one. And I am thinking that this is something we should resolve sooner rather than later, particularly because we have encountered creatures made of this material that have evaded our ability to see, and it was that robot that was able to see them when we couldn't.
Yeah.
The droid has the ability to not be affected by these effects as severely as us. There could be a creature sitting in this room with us that we don't want to see, and it now knows that we know it exists. That is dangerous, potentially. So, yes, I believe, Krill, we should talk to them about that. Would you not agree?
I agree.
Excellent. Soon everyone will be involved in this.
I found keeping secrets from this crew results in violence. There are many people I keep secrets from, but I've been trying to not keep them from you.
This is a secret? Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm sure the ISB would love to know what we get up to around here.
Let's not tell them.
Exactly.
We'll not tell people outside of the ship.
Barnaby, everything is secrets to someone.
Except for that man on the intercom.
I'm gonna be honest, I haven't been fully paying attention here. Did they unleash some kind of plague on the ship?
We are unsure, but we are aware that there is something potentially on the ship that is not in the containment chamber that is of similar make to the thing inside the containment chamber. And Arf has the ability to scan because he has the bioscanner, and he has scanned alchemy beasts before. And we could theoretically find this thing and deal with this thing. And there's a good chance it was on the ship before we played around with this, but we don't know. We have had them follow us before. And I'm going to have to risk it with... I will stay with Krill, because I don't necessarily want to get...
Not reenacted Resident Evil.
I mean, yeah, it could be. We had an attack by the alchemy beast before. It could be a remnant that did not awaken itself and attack as before.
Exactly. And the fact that we identified that it exists means we should act quickly, because it may know that we detected it. We have encountered them before that make us unable to notice that they're existing in the room with us. There could be an alchemy beast right in front of you, and you might not know it's there.
Well, let's go find Furvis and Arf.
Well, for Furvis's
Yes.
party, he'd probably be in the hold like usual, with many more droids now.
Collection you have there, Furvis. Have you seen Arf around?
He will point a paw over at Arf, who is probably working on one of the B1s.
Very likely.
So, Krill, do you want to tell him, or should I? Or Barnaby?
You tell him.
Fair. So, Furvis, do you remember the alchemy beasts that we encountered?
Yes.
Well, in the process of conducting some analytical research, I needed to implement the element of a Force user, so I implemented the rawest form of chaos as a control. Barnaby behind me, and upon our research, he has concluded that there is, in fact, a large, or not necessarily a large, but an additional sample of the alchemy beast sample that I have inside of my containment chamber, outside of my containment chamber. I have no knowledge of this, and I thought it would be pertinent to have Arf, who is capable of scanning things, analyzed the ship for this sample because either Barnaby was imprecise in his analysis, or we potentially have another one of those creatures in the ship with us, or something unknown. And I don't like unknown variables that are uncontrollable any more than I can work with, particularly ones that operate without my knowledge. I believe it's in everyone's
So you
interest.
unleash something potentially. Just ask Arf. He makes his own decisions.
That's fair, but you two are linked, so I figured I would explain it to you both rather than you hearing it third hand. And I would turn to Arf and repeat much the similar what I said, and let's go with that.
Not that you'll be able to understand it, but as you're like re-explaining it to Arf, Arf is just going to go, I was standing right here.
See, you can guess at what he's saying by his inflection.
Some very rude beeping.
I guess to be fair, I can understand Furvis, and I can't understand Arf.
Can you scan the ship with the bioscanner, please?
I will point out it is time for us to end.
Yeah.
That is true.
As much fun as we're having.
We must move on to more fun.
Other kinds of fun.
Yeah.
Different fun.
Yeah, the kind where we just torture Ren.
And chat. Don't forget chat.
Well, and chat, but we get immediate reactions out of Ren. Which is an important distinction.
True.
Yeah.
Sounds like that roll will be waiting for 2 weeks from now.
Yep.
Yes.
Yepers.
Yeah, and
Yes?
I'll be after it. Nothing. This is better note in the chat because more about availability for next session for Ron. But in any case.
All right. Well, for now, thank you everybody for joining us so far on the stream today. That was Piercing the Veil Scar, as well as an Art Marten stream. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Mastodon, Blue Sky, Patreon, and more. They are on the website as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, tippers, and subscribers. It is your support that keeps this channel alive and going. I cannot do this without your guys' help and your support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It's one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by sharing the stream around, grabbing packs of cards to stream loots, using our Humble Bundle partner link, or just coming by and hanging out. But for now, thank you so much for joining, everybody, and I bid you all the most fondest adieu.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.